Channeling my inner Kaiti Yoo. Did I turn the stove off? I should pay that bill. Focus. Kaiti Yoo vibes.
Every time I need a rescue, hanging on the verge of breakdown. Even though I try to replace you, but loneliness makes me break down. Every time I need a rescue.
Let's do this. I watch a lot of YouTubers, and my browse page is usually filled with new creators that I've never seen before. That is because YouTube suggests other creators that you might like because you've watched something similar. So it was no surprise when I found this creator on mine. I would sit down, scroll through the TV, and there she was. I'd be sitting at the computer doing some research for future videos, and again, she would pop up on my browse page. So I said to myself, clearly, YouTube wants me to watch this creator and that I need to see what she is all about. I clicked on her video and instantly knew I had to talk about her on my ProTuber series. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine. This is the ProTuber series where I dive into other YouTube channels that are growing or blowing up. Okay, so let's get comfortable because there's lots to talk about. We are going to dive into Kaiti Yoo's channel. This is also a collaboration with Navigating YouTube. She has some thoughts on Kaiti Yoo's channel as also, so make sure you go check out her video on this topic. Video, I want to share my thoughts on Kaiti Yoo's channel and why I think she is growing so fast. So let's quickly look at her numbers. Currently, she is at 166k subscribers. Average growth rate per week is 2.8k subscribers, and views as of today is 5.4 million. That is some fast growth, and I think she was at 120k not so long ago. I feel like I just blinked and she's now at 166. Now let's talk about why she's doing so well and what we can take away from this and maybe we can implement on our channels. Right off the bat, let's take a look at her channel itself. As soon as you go on her channel, you feel this connection to her personality. Her homepage is organized and her playlists are on the homepage. That is important because many times people will ignore this part. They will leave it blank. I've studied a lot of college lifestyle channels and lifestyle channels in general, and a lot of them don't put playlists or videos on their homepage. You are missing out on free views there. When people go onto your channel, they need to see something. And when I don't see something on your homepage, I feel like, well, this is not the one for me. It just makes me feel like the channel's not welcoming. So it's so important that you do this. And Kaiti Yoo has done that. She's put all her playlists in on the homepage, the ones that she has noticed that do well. And that way when people go to her channel, they can start binge watching her content. Get people to watch your content and binge through all the playlists and all the videos that are in those playlists. YouTube's gonna be like, yay, this person has got a lot of viewers and people staying on our channel. Let's send more to them. Okay, so let's talk about one of the more exciting things on our channels, her thumbnails. If you look at her channel, not one thumbnail is the same, and that is so important. She's created her own style with her thumbnails, but that connects with her. Thumbnails look exactly like a cover of a book, and it's so intriguing to me how she's done it. She's created her own unique style, and when I go to her channel, I go through and I scroll through and I'm like, oh, this looks so cool. It connects with me. I feel like there's a connection with her title and her thumbnail. Each one describes the video and intrigues you. If you create thumbnails, stick to a brand, a theme, a vibe. Each of her thumbnails are different, but they still have a feel to them. Usually I say with thumbnails, simple is better. But in this case, her thumbnails have a lot more going on in them. She's done it in a way that it doesn't overwhelm you. But what I see in the thumbnail is it describing what's going to happen in the video, and that's so important. My advice with thumbnails is play around with them, see what works for you. Not every thumbnail and channel is going to be the same. That is the important part here. An example here is if you're sitting and you're scrolling through Netflix and you're trying to find something that interests you, usually you pick a TV show because you've been recommended it or you already know about it, or even you love the cover and you click through and to read the description. So think about that whenever you do your thumbnails. How can you get that person to click? Because that's the first ground where they break through to watch your videos. So let's move on to the video topics themselves. These videos are so unique, they're different, and they are her videos. She has created them and made them her own. Her most popular video is what different college majors would wear if they had proper sleep and decent fashion sense. Now, usually you, as a small creator, you would try to find video topics that rank in search, which is great. Another aspect to this is to try find videos that are so different that will stand out on the browse page and get people to click. So think of your industry, but also think of the demographic that you're leading towards. She's leaning more towards lifestyle, so this title is kind of appealing to that. How can you get the title and the thumbnail to grab that person's attention as they're scrolling through, that demographic, that person that you're trying to direct it towards? Like a very simple fashion kind of video and turned it into something different. The concept was, instead of just standing there and showing off the style, she turned it into something creative. She took it and she told a story with it. It's interesting and entertaining, and I think that's why people are subscribing and they're staying for more. The reality is it gets boring if you just sit there and do the same old fashion haul or the same old tips and tutorial kind of style-based stuff, and I get that. That's why I kind of try and balance it between these ProTuber series, the series that I do on my channel, and the videos that are, people search for and all that jazz. Speaking of the storytelling aspect, let's talk about that more. I'm so inspired by her storytelling. The intro, the main content, and the end are all connected, and it's like a story all the way through. She's doing a really good job of connecting the storytelling, the editing, and her personality together. Those three things are always very important, and I keep pointing those out in videos because they are key to a successful channel. Those are three key aspects that keep people watching. That is why her channel is taking off recently, and people are choosing to hit that subscribe button. Now, let's dive into the videos just a little bit more. So you've clicked the thumbnail and you're like, oh, this is so interesting. As soon as you get onto her video, you're hooked. That is so key. If you are not hooking people at the beginning, you're not getting them to watch the rest. Heck, I'm not even a college student. Like, I watch some channels that I'm not even in that demographic. I'm not even part of that world, but I'm like, oh, I want to watch this. I think in the lifestyle world, you're really trying to find your way. There are a lot of lifestyle channels out there. There's even different categories within the lifestyle. There's mom lifestyle, there's college lifestyle, there's lifestyle. What you're trying to do is you're trying to break through the crowd and get noticed. Kaiti is doing that, and she's doing a very good job at it. Now, this is something I really want to talk about. Kaiti actually started her channel in 2014. That's what her YouTube channel states. So I cannot say if she's been working on it since then. What I can say is that she's figured out what she wants to do with her channel just recently. I do know in one of her videos that she did say she tried TikTok, like the short form content, and it just wasn't working. So she went back to the longer form content and onto YouTube, and it really started to just vibe, just connect with her. So for me, it sounds like she started the channel a while ago and just really didn't do much with it until the past couple of years, where she recently just started getting into it more. So she tested the short form and then jumped into the longer form because it just fit with her better. Okay, so one more thing that I really want to note about her thumbnails. Her thumbnails seem to have a mood theme. When you look at her channel, she has a theme going throughout her videos, but just recently she's slowed down and really taken a little bit more time with herself. And I think she's going through a little bit more, right? And you can notice that in the titles and the thumbnails. So this is kind of cool because now she's attaching the theme to her mood. To me, that's just really creative. I'm all about that. I love how people can connect the mood and the feel to the thumbnails and make it actually feel like you're there with them, like you're feeling the exact same thing that they are. And that's even before you get into the video. Okay, so that was a lot of information in one basket to handle. So what I'm gonna do is summarize it and give you a tip that you can go and utilize on your channel. So the first one is threefold. What does that mean? She has three aspects on her channel that stand out. First is her personality. It connects with her channel, her videos, and the overall feel for it. If you are fake, people will find you out, so be yourself. The second thing is her editing. Her editing is on point and it connects with her personality. The third thing is storytelling. Your storytelling is really important in a video. It keeps the viewer watching to the very end. Kaiti has found those three aspects and tied them all together very well, and that's why her channel is growing. The second thing is creative covers. What does that mean? Creative thumbnails. That is it in a nutshell. She's literally taken her thumbnail and made it her own. Like, she's drawn on it, she's doodled on it, and she's made it her own. That's what you need to do. You don't want to be like the other person beside you. You really don't want your thumbnails the same. The third thing is the hook. You have to hook the person in. The first 15 to 30 seconds is key, and Kaiti has really done a good job of that. Number 4 is get creative. Get creative with your thumbnails, your video topics, everything that goes into it. Don't just be like the other person. I created this ProTuber series. Yes, there's probably a lot of other people out there that's doing analysis on channels, but I created this ProTuber series as a way to connect you and understand how a channel works. Before I go, I want to give you one major tip. If you're not sure about the direction for your channel, here's what you should do. Pick 3 major interests for your channel. 3 interests that really align with you. I have a second channel, and over there I'm going to be talking about productivity, life, and business. All of that stuff plays really big into what I want that channel to be about. So there's a lot of things that can go into that. but I'm keeping it within the lifestyle, business lifestyle world. Then when you see topics that are starting to do well on your channel, you double down on those and do more of that content on your channel. Okay, so I hope that tip helped you, and I hope this video helped you understand Kaiti a little bit more and why your channel is growing. Remember guys, do not go out and copy. This is important to note. This video was to give you some insights and tips and tricks and all that jazz, but it doesn't mean you go out and copy, because you, like I said in this video, if you were listening, you have to be unique and yourself. And also go check out Navigating YouTube's video on Kaiti Yoo. She is also diving into her channel as well and just talking about why she thinks she grew so fast in the past few months. And as always guys, don't forget to create an adventure and live to inspire. Have a good one.